sometimes we just need to raise our credit score and fast. So I'm about to show you exactly how you can remove these hard inquiries from your credit report in less than 24 hours. And for free. Yes, I did say free and less than 24 hours. And no, you won't have to pay me to get this advice. But hey, if you are feeling a little generous, why don't you go ahead on and like this video for me and help me while I help you. I'll also be sharing the extended version of how you can dispute these inquiries by letter, and I'll be giving you exactly what you need to put in that letter. So you do not want to miss this one. I'll be right back.
Money coming, money go. I've been at it on the low.
What's up, guys? This is Monique and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, thanks so much for stopping by, but don't just be a stranger. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join the family, because here we go everywhere in life together and all we do is win. We are still on our money series where for every single Sunday for the rest of this year, we'll be talking about how to make money, how to save money, all things YouTube, and now how to fix this credit. Speaking of credit, I know your time is precious, so let's get right into this. So I found the secret to getting these hard inquiries removed from your credit report fast. In case you didn't know, once you get a hard inquiry, that thing will stay on your credit report for 2 years. And in my opinion, that's 2 years too long. But we're about to fix that. Let me give you a quick breakdown of how this really affects your credit score. So first and foremost, your credit score is made up of 5 different factors. We won't get into all of the factors, but just know when it comes to your inquiries, that's about 10% of your score. Although this has the least amount of impact when it comes to your score, this thing can be a game changer. Every time you receive a hard inquiry, you know, when someone gets your social, they go ahead on and pull your entire credit report to see what you have going on, just to see if they want to approve you or not. Each inquiry you get will cost you about 3 to 5 points. So if you are anything like me and decided you want a new car and you end up getting approved and drive off the lot in that new G-Wagon, you'll also be taking with you a wagon full of eyes. That's inquiries. Because usually when you're trying to get a car, they go ahead on and shop your credit around. I ended up getting about 12 inquiries sitting nice and comfy on my credit report. That's an easy 36 to 60 points. To some, that may not seem like a lot, but that can be the difference between you being in the 600s and 700s. When you are working on your credit, every point matters. That can end up lowering your interest rate when you're applying for a house, and it just gives you access to more things. Now I'm not gonna bore y'all with the what is the soft inquiry versus what is a hard inquiry that you'll find in a lot of these videos on YouTube, because that's something you could Google and find out. But what I will tell you is when you are applying for your home or any kind of loan, what the lenders look at is how many inquiries you have. And with some lenders, when you have too many, I believe it may be more than 5, I'm not 100% sure. However, when you have too many, that will just cause them to deny you. So that's another reason you want to get this stuff off your credit report. Not even just for the points, but just so those things don't hurt you in the long run. Now, when it comes to getting them removed, the first thing you want to consider is if you have any open accounts. If any of your open accounts are linked to these hard inquiries, you do not want to tackle those. Because let's say you apply for a Capital One credit card. You had it for a year. You got some good history going on, making your payments on time, nice credit limit. If you try to get that hard inquiry removed, it could affect that relationship that you have with Capital One, and they can end up closing that account, and you do not want to end up losing a good thing. We are trying to build credit, not take it away. So the reason that hard inquiries are able to be removed from your report is if they were done without your authorization, without your okay. That's something you're going to need to remember. All right, if you didn't sign something, if you did not authorize this thing, then you can dispute it. And let me tell you something, do not be afraid to dispute some of these things on your report. I mean, the worst they can do is just say that it's accurate. Alright, so now this is the good part. Here's what you'll need to do to get this thing removed in less than 24 hours. First and foremost, you want to freeze your account. Because when you dispute with the credit bureaus, there's a few places they go to check to see if the information is accurate. So if you freeze it, they can't access it. And one of the main places they go is to Sage Stream. If you've watched a lot of videos, they'll also mention LexisNexis. However, Sage Stream and LexisNexis are now partners. So if you freeze Sage Stream, that covers LexisNexis as well. This is absolutely free. It can be done online. You only have to answer a few questions. I mean, it's really easy, guys. And once that's frozen, the next thing you want to do is call Experian. Yes, I am just saying Experian because this part really, for the most part, works for Experian. A lot of people may not tell you that, but Experian is probably the only one that may do this for you. All right, and you could just Google Experian's number. But when you do call them, you want to get in contact with their fraud department. And when you do call them, you want to tell them you don't recognize these inquiries that are on your report, you did not authorize them, and you want them removed. Now, I know many people that have done this, and one of my friends actually did this and had it removed in 4 hours. But for the most part, a lot of people saw success in less than 24 hours. So the reason that I did not suggest that you call TransUnion and Equifax on the phone is because of the fact that they want you to actually write a letter, and Equifax actually asks for police reports of you reporting this fraud that occurred. And please, guys, do not, I repeat, do not go filing false police reports, and definitely don't tell those people that Monique told you to do it. I am not suggesting that. But instead, what I am suggesting is that you write a letter. Now, this process is longer, but it still can be effective. So when you write your letter, you're going to mail it to each of the credit bureaus. That's TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And it is suggested that you do not dispute more than 5 items in 30 days. And that's because you will be stamped as frivolous and you do not want to walk around with their name on it. I always suggest a max of 4, just because when I did my research, I found that Experian had a dispute template and it only had a section for 4 disputes. So I just feel like Experian trying to help us out. They the most friendly of all of the credit bureaus. So if they did that, then I'm paying attention. So these are the things that you want to make sure you include in your letter. You want your full name, you want your address, you want the credit bureau, their address. You want the inquiries that you are disputing, and yes, you can put all 4 or 5 on one letter. You do not have to write a letter for each of them. You want the company's name next to the inquiry, and you want to put the reason that you are disputing the inquiry. You did not authorize it, or however you want to term that. You want to make sure you include it on there. But the most important thing I always say you want to do is put what you want them to do. What is the result that you are looking for? And that is, you want the inquiry removed. And that's all the main things that you want to be in your letter. You can always Google dispute letter templates. You'll find thousands of them. If you find one that has all that stuff in there, you should be pretty good. And again, like I said, Experian actually has a template. You can go to Experian and look at it. It's on there. I would suggest you still typing it up. And also the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, the one that, you know, has the Fair Credit Act and all that good stuff, they have a dispute template on there, and you can look at that one and use that as well. So when you mail this letter, you want to make sure you are doing it certified mail so that you can have the receipt as your evidence. And one thing I do want to mention is that a lot of people will still choose not to call Experian. They prefer to write a letter just because of the fact that it leaves a paper trail. And you know, as I always say again, if it's not in black and white, it never happened. But a lot of people, again, have had success with doing it on the phone. So you can try it out that way. You just have to choose what's the best option for you. And it's that simple, guys. That's it. You are well on your way to excellent credit scores. I can see it coming. Again, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And thanks so much for watching. And until next time, we are out. Peace.